Are you concerned with buying a house right now? Then stick around for the question of the day that we get into the hot list today. What's going on, guys? Matt in the hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. You are tuned in to the hot list. I come to y'all Monday through Friday every single week, and we hang out for a while and talk about real estate. We talk about properties that are new to the market, had a recent price reduction on them, or something unique about the property that I want you guys to know and want to share with y'all. We also answer a question of the day that is submitted by you, the viewers, and I spend a few minutes answering that question, as well as thanking and recognizing a sponsor of the week every week. This week is no different. So as we get into it, the property we are talking about today, the address is 2863 South Shore Drive in Vassar, Kansas. So it's about 40 minutes down the road. It does sit on a lake, does not have lake access, but it overlooks the lake. It's a two bed, two bath, and does have an attached one car garage. It's got 1,528 square feet of finished space, currently listed at 190,000, courtesy of Keller Williams Diamond Partners. I actually walked through this house, and it's a very open concept between living room, dining room, kitchen. Has a nice flow through one another. It's got a very cool spiral staircase that allows you to go up to the second floor that is a loft that overlooks the living room, as well as some beautiful windows, so you can look over the lake and see the trees. So it's absolutely amazing, and it does have a cathedral ceiling in it, especially where that loft is, to allow the space as well as the views. It's got a deck on the front, so you can just sit out there and enjoy the breeze and the view. Has a back patio that is covered. Does have a shed for additional storage, as well as a shop that's 16 by 32, heated and cooled. And this one does have this. It sits at the end of the drive. It sits on almost a full acre and has a basement. Is there's plenty of space for uh, gardens, activities. There's shade trees. There's a tire swing. Uh, just absolutely amazing. So, looking for lake life in your future, this one definitely has a possibility. So, click on that link, take you right to the website. You can check it out and see for yourself. And if you have any questions about the property, just contact me directly through my website, and I'm happy to answer any questions I can for you. I do want to recognize and thank our sponsor of the week this week, and that is AKA Marketing and Promotions right here in Emporia. I have done business with them myself. They've ordered some pins for me and done some work. I have a jacket I got from them. I got lanyard, wallet. Um, I've got a license plate. Uh, I think the next thing in store for me is going to be a bag of some type, because they offer tote bags, backpacks. They offer coolers, which is very cool. They offer duffel bags and messenger bags, or as well as like tote bags, I guess, like grocery bags. So they offer a ton of things. They can customize your logo, your name on there. You just got to reach out to Tammy and Cindy, let them know what you're wanting to get ordered, what they can do for you, and click on that link. It'll take you right to their website. Again, their contact information is going to be at the top of that page. So all you got to do is reach out to them and say, "Hey, this is what I want. Can you do it? How soon can you do it?" And they'll get on it and make it happen. So I do want to thank AKA Marketing and Promotion for being this week's sponsor of the week. Question of the day. Again, the question of the day is submitted by you, the viewers. This one did I had to do a little bit of legwork on this one, which I absolutely love, because that helps keep me on my toes. So if you have a question of the day that you would like me to answer on the show, all you got to do is shoot me a message through Facebook. You can get on my website and contact me through there. My phone number is in the description so you can shoot me a text or give me a call as well. Question of the day today: will a recession affect me buying a home? This is an absolutely amazing question. And again, I had to do a little bit of homework and legwork on this one. You'll see why in just a few minutes, because most of us know what a recession is, what it does, and what issues accompany a recession. And there's been many recessions over the years. Uh, if you go back and actually count them, I think there's around 15 or 16. There's been four major ones that most of us remember. I personally have lived through five recessions. Two stick out in mind. Of course, the Great Recession during 2007 to 2009, and the uh, current one now with COVID. And what I've learned, mostly because of the first one in '07, I've learned what they are, how they can be affected, what they can affect, and different outcomes from each one. Knowing that the housing market is heavily influenced by the economy, especially local economies, because when an economy is strong, people have more money for larger purchases or investments like real estate. During tougher times, the potential buyers really contemplate, ask themselves whether they're really ready to take a chance on that large a debt, because a lot of them are going to ask themselves, how will the economic problems like the recession affect my home purchase? Will the local housing market all but come to a halt and just like the bubble that everybody talks about? While it's good to keep these questions and concerns top of mind and educate yourself, because you don't want to, just completely put that out of sight and out of mind, because then that shock is going to come around as well. Now, keep in mind that a chance of a recession having a profound impact on a home purchase is relatively low. So today we're going to talk about three things that you need to know about recessions and home purchases. Number one, we're going to talk about what a recession is. So we know that we hear this term all the time. It's tossed around, especially over the last few months. Unfortunately, the word doesn't necessarily explain what it is. A recession, if you look it up, a recession is a downturn in an economy that lasts for at least 6 months, and typically both trade and industry take a hit. For example, a recession is the gross domestic product, the GDP, falling for at least two consecutive quarters. That is what a recession is. Now, there's no time limit on a recession. It could last for months. It could last for years. Look at the Great Recession, lasted right about two years, because most of us remember that since it was just a few years ago. The fallout from that Great Recession, actually, in a lot of places, most of us saw it or remember about 2 year period. It lasted up to 4 years in some areas of the country, and this caused a significant problem and several factors in the economy. Number two, the economy and the housing market. Now, it's no secret that the housing market and the economy are strongly connected, because if the economy is in a slump, this is going to drive the housing market down, because generally this applies at a national level, and it is especially true at a local level. Any agent that was around during the Great Recession, they can absolutely tell you this is a true statement. When business is booming and the economy is doing well, the housing market usually gets a boost. However, this can have the opposite effect and go the opposite way as well, because problems in a housing market often drag down the economy with it. So a strong housing market can lift a shaky economy, and that's kind of what we're hoping to see not just at a national level, but at local levels as well. And it was because of the issues with the housing market that contributed to the Great Recession that led to a lot of the economic problems that we saw during 2007 to 2009, not just here, but worldwide. And because of what not just we as agents, lenders, but the world learned at that point, they have made adjustments. We have made adjustments to not let that something like that necessarily happen again. And finally, number three, will the housing market collapse? This one is, I hate to answer this one or bring this up because keep in mind there is a link between the housing market and an economy. Now that doesn't mean that a recession is necessarily going to bring the housing market down because a downturn in an economy might slow housing sales in some areas, especially early on, like we saw in what February, March. But early on, buyers and sellers will wait to see whether the economic downturn is going to last long term. I've heard that from a number of buyers as well as sellers that have told me, "Hey, I'm just going to wait for this to play out and wait for it to be over." Okay, I absolutely understand that. Do you remember the Great Recession? Well, yeah. Okay, that lasted 2 to 4 years. 2 to 4 years. Are you prepared to wait it out 2 to 4 years? I'm not saying that's going to happen. That is a possibility because that's the most recent one, and they really have to ask themselves that because most cases the slowdown is only temporary and does not affect all parts of the country. There is occasionally results in unmatched opportunities. For example, buyers who are willing to act now with low interest rates and getting in a house or investing in real estate. So all of those tied together, does it really answer the question? Will it affect? Well, it can affect depending on what side of the coin you're on, because a recession, as most of us have learned with this year alone, with people being laid off and furloughed, that can affect how you buy a home. Now, it's not necessarily going to affect because some people were able to continue working, and those that are wanting to wait it out, if they're prepared to wait, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, then that's on them. But whatever you decide, if you are unsure what to do, I would recommend contacting a professional, whether that is a lender, an agent, a financial advisor, whatever it is, to help get some direction and recommendations. So hopefully that answers the question. I know that that's kind of a long-winded answer to get into it. Uh, so that's what I got for you guys today in the hot list. So thanks for tuning in with Matt in the Hat. Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have an awesome Thursday, and I'll see you for Red Friday.